Okay, guys, let's get right into this. Okay, now, um, James Bradberry. Let's get right into it. James Bradberry apology. James Bradberry apologized to the fans of Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, now before his apology and before we re-signed James Bradberry, I was totally fine with James Bradberry walking or signing with another team if we were able to get Chauncey. You know, we didn't get Chauncey. We wound up getting James Bradberry. And you know, I just didn't really I wasn't too sold on him, you know, but the characteristics that James Bradberry have been showing since the loss to the Super Bowl, since the loss in the Super Bowl, it's been nothing short of amazing. Like, I can't say enough about James Bradberry, okay? His character is unmatched. For him to come out and apologize to the Eagles fans, it shows a level of humbleness. It shows he care about not only the Philadelphia Eagles, but also the fan base. Let's just roll a clip. I mean, that he said, please forgive me. I'll try to do better next time. Like, bro, it's almost like I'm not sure if James Bradberry really needed to uh I don't really know if he if I don't know if James Bradberry really even needed to apologize at this point, man. But the fact that he did, dude, these NFL players, they are very ego. I mean, you know, they're confident. Okay, so it comes off as being kind of cocky, right? No, they're just confident. Okay, I understand that. So it's an ego thing here too with men and testosterone and masculinity and stuff like that. For James Bradberry to actually come out and not only apologize, but I'll just play it again, man. He said he don't plan on it happening again. He apologized. I mean, he goes on and on. I'll try to play some more James Bradberry clips. He also said that he never wanted to leave Philadelphia. He wanted to stay here. So James Bradberry is our guy. Okay. As long as we got to keep these guys paired together. We need these guys on the team. That just his humbleness, he's meek, just his characteristics, man. And he's certified in Philly. Okay, he's definitely certified with the Philadelphia Eagles after this, man. To come out and apologize for the hold. I mean, everybody knows the hold in the Super Bowl. It pretty much called the game was over after that. After that hold. So, um, people are blaming him for the Super Bowl loss. He came out, he handling the situation perfectly. After the Super Bowl, he said, "Yeah, I held them or whatever." He didn't think the refs was gonna catch it or whatever the case may be. Um, he's taking accountability, and when you come out and apologize, you show you care about the fans. You didn't even have to apologize, but he did. Um, and that's all you can ask for. I'm sold on Bradberry. Bradberry is my guy. Uh Bradberry is my guy, bro. Brandon says it. What's up, Myron? My boy Myron said Bradberry is mad humble. Um Brandon said it wasn't a hold. I mean, it was a hold, okay? He could have let the refs could have let that slide. That was just petty. It was an extremely petty call and in that big of a situation. See, here's the thing. I remember a Super Bowl with the Saints or where or well the NFC Championship game. I believe the Rams or the Saints. Someone was playing in the NFC Championship game, and there was like a blatant pass interference that they didn't call. Like, dude hit him like 3 yards before the ball got to him. The ball was in the air, and he just lays him out, and the ref didn't make the call. So, I've seen like outlandish situations to where the refs they either get involved and ruin the game or they don't get involved when they, it's just terrible, right? It's just horrible. It's really horrible. But I mean, my point is James Bradberry came out and he took accountability for that, bro. J Rock says James gonna make him and Juju gonna make him a Juju sandwich week 1. Oh yeah, Bradberry, he's an all pro. Bradberry is an all pro. Okay, Darius Slay and James Bradberry both should have been all pros, but you know, it didn't happen that way. They gave Darius Slay the Pro Bowl, but gave James Bradberry the All Pro. So he's an All Pro cornerback. James Bradberry. Put some respect on his name, bro. You know what I mean? So he's solidified. He's stamped in Philly, bro. There's no question. He's a Philly. He's our guy, bro. I'm telling you, he's it. He's it, and this confirms it. He said my boy looking like Andre the Giant. What's up? Wax said he's looking like Andre the Giant. George says, Weapon X, what's up, brother? Glad to see you still on the grind. Got to, man. You gotta keep grinding no matter what, bro. Dean says, that is what I'm saying. Brandon Gilmore. What? So you guys agree? Okay, fair. Like again, the hold, it was questionable. It was petty. You shouldn't have called it. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have called it. But they did. Okay, cool. It was so petty. It was so petty. Gosh, bro, it was just such a petty. I don't really relive it, but it was just once that happened, it's like, bro, you guys really just ruined a perfect Super Bowl. It was so fake. It looked unreal. It's like the Super Bowl, they ruined it. It's like you would never know what really should have happened that game. The game ended. They robbed us of Jalen. The referees robbed us of Jalen Hurts going down the field to win the Super Bowl. They robbed them. They robbed them of that. And as I've been following Jalen Hurts' career, man, it happens all the time. But it was the ref to do it on the biggest stage. I never would have seen that coming. Usually it's the team that robs Jalen Hurts of the, well, you can say James Bradberry with the whole robbed them, but it's always the team. It's always something that robs Jalen Hurts of these moments. And I can count at least 5 game fourth quarter like game winners he could have had that was ruined by the team and not him. And it's like it just keeps happening, bro. Like it's unbearable. I can name off the top how many games I've watched. The Colts game, okay, we let him do his thing. I knew, I was thinking like, is this gonna be the game where he gets his fourth quarter comeback to win the game? And he got it. I'm like, cool, finally. But yeah, that's a little rant there. The Super Bowl, whatever. But James Bradberry is stamped. Okay. James Bradberry is stamped. Is stamped. So Eagles players react to the upcoming season. We are going to just check out the Philadelphia Eagles and hear what some of these guys had to say about this upcoming season.
Oh, I thought so too.
He said, I thought you was leaving. James Bradberry said he thought so too. But he really wanted to come back. Okay, we understand that.
It seemed like you pretty much thought you were not coming back here. Happy agree that it turned out this way. Yes, I had a lot of uncertainty going into free agency. I wasn't sure if I was going to be back or not. But I definitely wanted to come back, and I'm glad it worked out this way. This is a great situation here. I love being here.
Okay, cool. Perfect answer. I mean, he, of course, he had other teams, but he wanted to be here. We got him here. Cool. He's the guy. I like him. He's stamped. Okay. It seems as though I want to hear from Dallas Goddard a little bit because you see the thing is, I also wanted to touch on like some real impact players this year. I think Dallas Goddard, can have one of those breakout years. Um, and I feel like he should be the focal point to the offense. It should not be AJ Brown. It should not be Devontae Smith. It should be Dallas Goddard and DeAndre Swift. I said it last year. I feel like you go inside out. You work the middle of the field to open up everything else. If that's running the ball, play action, get your tight end going. Just attack the middle of the field. And I mean, AJ Brown is going to be wide open, and I mean Devontae Smith is just going to be so that's how I think that I always felt that way. And with Dallas Goddard has the potential to be a Jason Kelsey. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. If Dallas Goddard stay healthy, Devontae Smith will not have 1,000 yards. Okay. Um, Miles Sanders probably wouldn't have that many rushing yards. Okay. So he definitely has to be a vocal point of this offense. And he's one of the impact players that, I mean, I need him to have a breakout year. Honestly, he's due for it. He deserves it. Because he don't get enough respect.
At this point in your career, do you feel like that's something that is important to you to put up to get to a Pro Bowl or to make a Pro Bowl team to have 1,000 yards, those kind of things? Are they big for you?
See,
Yeah, obviously.
see, and that he asked him is that, and to touch on is that I didn't even watch this, okay, and that was his first question, pretty much. Like, man, you haven't had 1,000 yards, Pro Bowls, you don't get the respect you deserve, bro. We need him to be a vocal point, and we need to like he has to he needs his respect, man. And I can't just say, oh, Dallas Goedert is the best tight end in the NFL if we're not utilizing him and giving him the ball, bro. Because I think he's better than Kelsey. I think he's the best tight end in the NFL. I think he's better than Kettle. Okay. He's like, okay, that's a bit biased, but he's in between those two guys. So I would give him like two or pause. I would give him like at least he's second. He's first or second, man. He's first or second.
Me being the competitor I am, the person I am, I want to be the best. To make All Pro, to be a Pro Bowler would be, everything you dream of from a kid. But I don't put that stress on me or anything. I care about the success of the team more than my individual success. So whatever it takes to help the team win games, that's what I'm going to do. And if I get praised for it, that's good. And if not, let's just keep winning games because that's more fun than anything.
What do you think Dan Arnold, as a fellow veteran, it's sort of bad typically?
Yeah, bringing another older tight end is good for the group. He's a good player. He's got good.
He said at the end of the day, he just wants to win. As long as we're winning, you can't really complain about stats because you'll look like a bad teammate. You're a bad teammate. If you complain about your stats and we won or we're winning, you're not a good teammate. Okay. If you're complaining and you wait to a loss to get that frustration out. Then, okay, let's say you win and you're like, you guys are on the streak and you're not seeing your numbers or what you feel like you should. You can't really. But as soon as that first loss hit, oh yeah, now I'm going to voice my opinion. I'm gonna let it all out after one loss. So you at least got to wait to for a loss to even or a bad season, But we've been winning, so there's not really too much. But if I'm Dallas Goedert, I would be disgruntled. Let's just be honest. I would be a bit disgruntled. I'm disgruntled. Let's go Birds. We going back to the Super Bowl for sure. We have to. We have to. And we're gonna win it. We're in dynasty mode. Every dynasty lose one, but you gotta win one first. So we have to win this year. If we don't, then I mean this team is like uh we have to. The expectation is Super Bowl now because we just seen you guys should have won one. You was robbed by the refs. So we see like, okay, we're the best team in the NFL, and we still are. So yeah, we definitely will be back there, man. And the NFC is like terrible right now. The tight end is not going to have 1K yards when you have two number ones. That no. And that's my thing. Somebody has to move aside. Like I understand you have two number one receivers, but you still, I mean, he's a receiver. I mean, he's an option. He's a number one. We have three number ones. We have three number ones. Show enough, bro. He's a number one too. We have three number ones. It's not, and I understand two number ones is in two wide receivers, but he's a receiver as well. Like he plays tight end, but he is a threat catching the ball. So he's also an option, bro. What the numbers like two number ones just mean number one options. That's all it means. A number two receiver, all it means is you're the second option. Okay, that's all that means, man. And Goddard he needs to be a number one target this entire season. It was AJ Brown for sure. Okay, cool. Bro, it had I don't know, man. It's just we have too many. Honestly, we have too many options here. You know, but it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. If you have multiple options, that can very well be number ones. Okay, imagine listen here. Let me put it into perspective for you guys. Imagine a Dallas Goedert with a with a Lamar Jackson or with a team with no weapons. And he's the vocal point, he's going to have about 13 or 1,500 yards. And like 13, about I'll say like 7 touchdowns. He's going to have over 1,000 yards. We don't really know how good this guy is because he's not getting enough it's if he wouldn't have had if he would not have gotten injured, he would have he would have over 1,000 yards, okay, easily. So I hope he stays healthy because he definitely is one of those players I feel like is an impact player. He's impactful. He's man, I don't know. I feel like Philadelphia. I feel like us as a fan base, we are really like we're sleeping on Dallas Goedert, bro. I'm telling you, dude is. I think he's the best tight end in the NFL. Okay, I think he's the best tight end in the NFL. And this year has to be the year, man. I mean, last year he was on pace. He was looking good. Then the shoulder. This year has to be. He has to be like targeted as the guy. Like for real, he has to be, bro. He has to be. It's that time. It's that time for Dallas Goedert. AJ Brown. Okay, he's a number one, but he's new. He just got here. We drafted Dallas Goedert. You know, he took Zach Ertz position. So and you know how we felt about Ertz. You know, he's better than Zach Ertz. And Zach Ertz was definitely he was a number one. He was a number one receiver. So okay, flat out, Smith is better than Goddard because this is what I mean. It's Smith. I don't. I mean, I don't know that you. I can't. If we're saying who's better, I think it's Dallas Goddard because he can block. I mean, you can use him in a run game. Smitty just run routes and Dallas Goedert does the same thing. I mean, yes, I think Dallas Goedert is better than Devontae Smith. He's bigger, he's stronger, he breaks more tackles. Come on, bro. Don't even come on, man. What are we talking about? All right, let's leave. Come on, bro. What are we? Yes, he's better. Show enough says, okay, yo, all right. Myram says, I say 1K yards if he is on the Raven. Yeah, I mean, he was on pace to have over 1,000 yards this season. That doesn't help the point. All Lamar, yeah, okay, you're right. All Lamar does is throw to the tight end, right? Which is, I mean, it kind of helps my point that, I mean, if he's being targeted, that's my point. If you target your tight end, Lamar Jackson targets his tight end. He will have well over 1,000 yards. Just target him. I mean, it's so easy. I mean, because you're attacking the middle of the field. And that opens it all up, man. So Dallas Goedert should be targeted just like Lamar Jackson targets his tight end. And just look at how the offense the offense is already dynamic, but it would be that much more. I mean, you get Dallas Goedert off the screens. I mean, in the beginning of the season, bro, you just get him a screen, a wide receiver screen, and watch he go like 15. I mean, he's going to break the first two tackles because they're corners. Like, bro, there's no stopping Dallas. Do you see how many tackles he break? He led the NFL in broken tackle. He led the tight ends. I mean, but you can't tackle, dude, bro. Bro, okay, all right. Listen. Dallas Goedert he's one of the best players on the team. That's why he needs to be targeted. So I can't really, because he was injured last year. And year before that, I mean, they just was not targeting him or giving him the ball, or he was having a few hiccups, here and there with drops. But last year, if he would have stayed healthy, I would have been able to talk my talk. But I can't really, because he still has to show it. So he needs to be targeted. Seriously, Dallas Goedert needs to have his targets. Simple. He said Goedert would be doing the same thing as Andrews, but their wide receivers are garbage. Yeah, it'll open him up so much more, because we have so many threats. I mean, I feel like it's like pitch and catch. I mean, look at him the Houston game. The Houston game, he went crazy, effortlessly. The Cardinals game, effortlessly. I mean, it's some games to where, dude, I think he can do this every game. But you also got to spread everything around and get everybody involved. But man, he should be a number one target, bro. He should be a number one target. We all seen Smith. It's his time. Yeah. I mean, see, but that's the thing. It's like we're also the team is also competing with each other. The veterans are competing with the younger guys, and the veterans are competing for playing time, and the receivers, they're competing for the stats. I mean, everybody wants stats. Like, come on, man. Let's be honest here. We want our stats, so you have to compete and see whoever's open, and also it's the schematics, who's being schemed for different teams. But regardless, you have to make sure everybody eats. But I think it's Dallas Goedert's time to eat, bro. It's his time. He says if Smitty or AJ goes down, Goddard's targets will increase significantly. Yeah, okay. But until then, around 7-8 hearts for Goddard. It also depends on the defense. Yeah, no. See, that's unacceptable. Nah, he should be over 1,000. I understand the game plan, everything like that, bro. Like, but I don't. He has to be a focal point now. I mean, because why'd you pay him? Why'd you have him replace? And dude's hungry. You could tell on his face, like, And even the reporters know, everybody knows, like, bro, this dude is way too good and he doesn't get the respect he deserves. That was literally the first question they asked them. So, I mean, this is like a thing. This whole Dallas got it because I mean, we shouldn't be paying him. I know we gave him a contract early. We got to get our money's worth from this guy because he's too good. Okay, and you find a way to get your play. Right. He needs more targets. He should have the most targets on the team, is what I'm saying. This year, it's his time. He deserves it. It's a good problem. Uh, Brandon says it's a good problem. Just as AJ his touches, or wait, just get AJ his touches, or he gonna request the trade. You got to get AJ give AJ the ball. You know, and you got to give Dallas Goedert the ball. I think Devontae Smith might honestly be, you know, if I mean you can't have like two number ones really. I mean you got to pick who's the second option. But if you want to say that, yeah, cool. But AJ Brown's definitely got to get his, and then next up is Goddard and Devontae Smith, and yeah, Goddard got to get his now, bro. He's paid for both as a receiver blocking elite level at the position, but when he plays defense, yeah, and that's blocking is extremely important. You know, show blocking is extremely important, and he brings that.
And he's came in and put his head down, came to work from the beginning.
What you need to do to be season ready, considering how much you already played?
Personally, for me, after the Super Bowl, I couldn't wait to get back. That was the toughest loss I've ever had in my career, and the only thing I wanted to do from that time on is get back, start this new season, so we can go out there and prove. I think if anything, it puts a chip on the entire team's shoulder, and based on what we've done in OTAs, it looks like that's the entire team's mindset, and it looks like we got a lot of guys that are super hungry to try to replicate the season we had last year.
Oh yeah, I love to hear that. We're hungry. We're hungry. They got a chip on their shoulder. Everybody looks serious in practice and during the press conferences. Everybody has like a really stern look to where, it's serious. These boys are ready to play. They're about business. That's amazing to hear. We got a chip on our shoulders. We got Big Kelsey in the building.
Such a drive on his end to always be improving and always getting better,
Jason Kelsey, the media golden boy right now.
maybe one day. Yeah, I mean, seems like the same guy to me. I haven't noticed anything different. Still out here every day, working out. He's always trying to get better, even in a walk.
Yeah, he signed a historic record-breaking contract. He also just got his master's. To be able to do something like that at 24 and also lead the team at a high level. I mean, you've been around a lot of quarterbacks. How impressive is that for someone?
So they just asked Jason Kelsey basically, okay, Jalen Hurts just got his master's degree. He's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. How does he do things like this? I mean, I love Jalen Hurts, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely impressive, and I think it's not surprising if you know Jalen. This guy is a no, everything. There's such a drive on his end to always be improving and always getting better, and to making his time useful. It does not surprise me that he got his master's. It doesn't surprise me that he's turned into the player he has. It's impressive, but I think when you see him on a daily basis and how hard he works,
Yeah, you can't say enough about Jalen Hurts. Like, come on, man. You know what? You can't say enough about him. Show says very smart guy at our key positions, Hurts and Dean. I mean, all these guys are intelligent, man. Nolan Smith is a mathematician, man. So I mean, these guys, they are. I mean, they're right out of college, so they're they have they're all most of them are intelligent, but some stick out more than most. So, but everybody from Georgia, yeah, they pretty much pretty they got pretty solid degrees, man.
It's not really a lot of nonsense. You can joke around with them.
Okay, let's see what you talking about, Kelsey.
And looking forward on ones and stuff, but obviously as he's gotten reps, gotten used to a new, he can affordably just not want to do it. It's not gonna be fun anymore.
Yo, I thought this was Jonathan Gannon. Who was this?
Nick always talks about
It scared me, bro, because I didn't know. Now I'm going through the through the press conference, and I'm look like, whoa, this looked like Jonathan Gannon. I was just so shocked. You know, I was so shocked, bro. Like, what the heck is this Jonathan Gannon? AJ Brown. Let's see what AJ Brown talking about. Jalen, top 3 quarterback. Of course, bro. Of course. Carter, future defensive rookie of the year. Yes. Yes. Yes, bro. Let's see, AJ Brown. What you talking about, bro?
You talked to Dallas about motivation coming back off of the Super Bowl loss. He said that he felt it was more of a chip on the shoulders of guys as opposed to this hangover or carryover from playing all the extra football you played. How do you view it?
me personally, I took some time to watch and try to learn, from the mistakes, not just from that game, just from all year, but in terms of that game, just, you just can't dwell on it, it's life, so not everything's gonna go your way. And at some point, you gotta get off the mat, you gotta get back working. I think that's where this team at right now. Definitely had that chip on their shoulder. Still taking it day by day, still.
Okay, cool. They say we chilling, we cool, we lost, we back working now. We lost, it is what it is, but now we got that chip on our shoulder. That's gonna add more fuel to the fire. This actually was this probably was exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles needed, man. Because sometimes that when you go through adversity, it makes you like that much more stronger. It so yeah, I think the Philadelphia Eagles right now, the mood of the team, right, is of course it's a long season. We're gonna keep working, but in the back of their mind, it's gonna always you're gonna always have it in the back of your mind because that's your goal and you're trying to reach it, so but man, you gotta handle business and you can't really dwell on that Super Bowl loss. You gotta move on. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep moving on. So I like where they're at. I like where they're at, and how they actually feel about this upcoming season, the team as a whole. Um, not only the team, but the just the organization. It's great to hear. It's great to see. Um, but it sounds like AJ Brown is ready. I think he's ready. I think the team is ready to, you know, and it may get, it, we may win more games. I mean, we may run through this entire schedule just like last year, and nobody would be able to say anything like, whoa, who would have thought the Eagles would win 15 games? You know what I mean? Uh, so
Building a house brick by brick.
Are obviously very close off the field. Your reaction to
Just to be sitting beside him, it's a blessing. Just to see it, talking to him about it, working with him on the side, and and last season actually helping him, achieve some of his goals. And from his friend's standpoint, man, it's everything you can imagine. I'm so ecstatic for him. He deserves it.
Then he speaks on Jalen Hurts. Man, all right. So that's how these guys feel. Um, there's some impactful players. There's some guys that I really think the Eagles are gonna Juju Smith. There's some guys who I really think they're gonna be really impactful. There's a wide receiver from the Falcons that we grabbed him during free agency. I think he's going to be something. I think he's going to be something special, man. I really do. Again, Dallas Goddard. I feel like Dallas Goddard is going to have a breakout year. But some notable names would be uh, Jalen Carter, one of the rookies, so at least one or two rookies. I would say maybe Jalen Carter, Sidney Brown. Um, there's some players, who's they're going to um, surprise a lot of people, and I think those two rookies may be the ones to actually do that. Um, and if I could say two players from offense and two players from defense, I would say Jalen Hurts is going to have a breakout year. I mean, because last year was a breakout year. He's just gonna be better than last year. So it's gonna be another breakout year for him. I'm gonna be honest. He's gonna have another breakout year. I could see Swift having a breakout year, and I could see Dallas Goddard having a breakout year. That's three guys on offense. Uh, Defense, I would say I'm gonna say Josh Sweat. I think Josh Sweat is up for a breakout year. I think Milton Williams is up for a breakout year. I think those two guys are going to have outstanding seasons. Um, Honorable mention Jalen Carter. Um, but yeah, we're just gonna have to definitely see how this thing plays out. Um, N'Kobe Dean, going to break out next year. Oh yeah, N'Kobe Dean. Gosh, I mean, you know what? I'll take. I would say N'Kobe Dean. I would say Josh Sweat and N'Kobe Dean. I definitely would. I would say Josh Sweat and N'Kobe Dean for real. Yep. And honorable mention Milton Williams and Jalen Carter. Okay, but those are my two for sure. Josh Sweat and N'Kobe Dean. Uh, You said Jordan. I think Davis go crazy. Look, Jordan Davis. His impact is not going to be shown on the stat sheet, so it'll be hard to quantify his um just how much he's producing. It's going to be hard to do that because it's again it's not on a stat sheet. You got to actually watch the game to see and see how he's affecting the game. But if he has a breakout year, no one would ever know or notice. Like, it'd be hard for anyone to notice. Of course, now if he had 5 sacks or something like that, which is unlikely, but if this dude's really been working, um, I should probably do a video on Jordan Davis because he was our first round pick last year. So it's like this year we have to see mud. We have to see more. Okay. Starting with you playing the entire season. Or I mean, you could play the same amount of games you played this year. I'll be fine. He played most of the games. Um, and he flashed, he showed some really nice things. Jordan Davis honestly looked nice last year. Um, but you got to work on his moves and getting stronger, a little bit more conditioning. I would say he needs to work on his pass rush. Okay, he needs to work on his pass rush. He needs some pass rush. Um, I don't want him to feel comfortable just being double teamed and just sitting there. Like, okay, I'm taking up 2 players. I'm opening up other things for other people. Yeah, that's fine, cool. But I still want you to fight through those, because if you're being Jordan Davis, if you're being double teamed, okay, I understand. 2 guys on you, somebody's going to be open. It's a numbers thing, all right? But when in pass protection, if you're just like they're not moving or anything, yeah, you're doing a great job already, but I still want to see that extra level. I want to see him break through some of those double teams, and I want to see him be more agile, I want him to see it with a pass rush, because he's too athletic. You're too athletic to not have a pass rush. I'll tell you this: if Jordan Davis, um, if he has a pass rush, oh yeah, then he'll definitely be a breakout. He might be the breakout player. He might be the best. He can possibly be the best player on our defense, is what I'm saying. He can be the best player on our defense if he develops a pass rush. Oh yeah, yeah, yes, bro. He has the speed, the strength, he has everything to do it. So if he's been putting in work, then you got Jalen Carter with him, and yeah, bro. The whole Georgia, all of the Georgia collective have a chance to just be crazy good if they put it all together and been working. So you can grab anyone out of that pool what you think is going to have a breakout year, because it very well can be all of them. They very well can click with the chemistry. If Jalen Carter's pro ready already, um, then the Kobe Dean in his second year. Yeah, bro, for sure. It can be. It could definitely be a Georgia dude. It could definitely, but that's an easy pick. Players from Georgia, because I feel like it's the right atmosphere for them, especially with N'Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis being in year 2 and Jalen Carter already being labeled as pro ready and looking pro ready. So he looks the most pro ready player. He looks like the most pro ready player in the draft. That's why he was labeled as the best player in the draft. So we have the most pro ready player in the draft. He's ready to come in and produce automatically. So yeah, man, it's exciting to see. God, bro, it's just so exciting even thinking about it. I watched like 15 streams with different fan base, and everybody wanted Carter for their own team. Shows that Carter was the most valued. Yeah, he's the most valued. He's the best player. He's just the best player. Yeah, he's better than all the quarterbacks. If we're talking about just impact, who's going to be impactful right away for the next 5 years, it's definitely him. So he dropped to us at 10. We kind of deserve Jalen Carter for how they snubbed us in the Super Bowl. Okay, give us the best player in the draft next year. It's only right. It's only right that we got Jalen Carter for how they snubbed us in the Super Bowl. Okay, because that was a job that they did, man. So that's the least we can give us. Give us a Hall of Fame player for the next 10 to 12 years, and we'll be solid. I still won't forgive him, but it'll make me feel a little better. He said it feels like we picked number 1 overall. It does. It does. And then added Nolan Smith. But yeah, Jalen, it does feel like we had the number 1 overall pick. Yes, bro. That's exactly how I feel. It's like, what the heck? But these guys sound ready. So who you guys think will be breakout players? We got N'Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis. He says salute to X, bro. Salute to X, Nolan and Carter. Nolan and Carter, along with the vets, is more than enough to inspire Jordan Davis. Yeah. And I know we have solid veterans and high character guys. And that gets noted a lot. But again, these guys still have to want it. And they still have to do it. They still have to create a path for themselves. And some veterans, man, sometimes don't even want to deal with no kids, bro. Like, this can be a business to where I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? Why would I help you? And I know you're coming to take my spot. So, I mean, but luckily here we don't have that, but that is a great element, honestly, bro. And it's always noted. And I like I said, I think they'll be fine, bro. I think that's we have a great organization and chemistry. Everybody, everything's there. Davis needs to be on IDL. What's IDL? Myro. What? It depends on what you're looking for. I'm looking for tackles for a loss with him. Are you looking for tackles for a loss? Tackles for a loss. Yeah, not even tackles for a loss. 1 to 2 yard gains. I mean, just penetration. Getting in the backfield, being disruptive. It's tackles for losses are disruptive. I just want to see him be disruptive. Just make it hard for like teams to like do what they're trying to do, and you're the closest guy to the ball. So you can be the most effective because you're lining up literally right in front of the quarterback. You're really close to him. So, you can affect all of this the fastest. So yeah, I mean, I just want him to see. I want to see him be disruptive. Our D line just be crazy. Yeah, our D line is crazy, but I mean, now it's like we got to show it again. Jordan Davis is starting this year. He breaking out. I really hope so, man. And like I said, he can definitely become the best player on the defense because he's so close to the ball, man. If we can get him imagine just if he was like I mean, from what we've seen from him, it's like, dude, just grab a center, just push him right to the quarterback in his lap. Or I know they're gonna double you, but I don't know if they were able to move move Jordan Davis around to where he's not being doubled. If he can rush, like if he's able to rush, if just move him away from the nose tackle, okay? Put him on the outside shoulder of a defensive of a guard. Put him on the outside shoulder of the guard and like or move him around, put him on the outside shoulder of the tackle or play around, man, and just see if but he doesn't have a pass rush, so but yeah, man, he doesn't have a pass rush. Nolan Smith was my favorite rookie. Yeah, man, I did a video on him. He definitely has it. He has it. BJ Robinson, though, if he was still there, would Carter be on the team? Of course. I mean, of course. You're not picking Bijan Robinson over Jalen Carter. Whoever picked Bijan Robinson is so. I feel bad for them, bro. I feel bad for them. I feel bad. There's no way. Bro, come on, man. The Falcons, bro. Why would you pick Bijan Carter? I mean, everybody who passed up on Jalen Carter, I feel bad for him. Except one of these quarterback needy teams, or like having a Will Anderson, or you know what I'm saying. So, for the top 10, I mean, like you couldn't go wrong with Jalen Carter. If you needed a quarterback, I understand that. I'm not gonna knock anyone who drafted a quarterback because you need a quarterback, okay? But if you were a team in the top 10 that didn't need a quarterback yet decided to pass on Jalen Carter, thank you. First off. Secondly, you're fucking crazy. You're crazy. 75 plus sacks this season? What? Bro, what? If that happens, I will remember that, bro. Yeah, you would definitely get a shout out if they have 75 sacks this season. I'm gonna remember this and I'm gonna post you, bro. uh Bro, that'll be I would love to see it, bro. How does Georgia team pick? uh, Yeah, man, a Georgia team chose to pick Bijan Robinson over Jalen. Like he played in Georgia. You're the Atlanta Falcons. How do they might regret that this one? They might really regret that one. Thank you, Howie, for the smoke screens, and thank you, man. You want to see what the opposing quarterbacks look like? I want to see what the bottom of opposing QB shoes look like every other snap. For real. I mean, they gonna terrorize. They were terrorizing all year, and I think after the Falcons game, I was like, this D line is the best D line in the NFL, and they were like, chill, slow down, woo, 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 woo. I still got the short up, bro, and I still got the video up, and when you look at the end, and like every week, I'm just making compilations of our defense and the sacks and the pressures they're getting. And week by week, I'm like, whoa. And then we're on a historic season. The next thing you know, oh, we are the best defensive line in the NFL. And we lead, the NFL in sacks. And we had a historical season defensively. Like, I'm like, okay. I knew it was a little premature when I said it, but it's like, I didn't really expect it to be like this. Okay. I'm not gonna like I just knew. I was just kind of being a little cocky, but I'm like, man, they had a potential to be. And it started. I'm like, yo, I don't think they've ever had a bad game this year. And until the Super Bowl. With a questionable soggy field. Okay, yeah, right. All right, I digress. I digress. X, what do you think about Agent Zero versus Miles behind our O line? I think he's better. He's better. Everybody knows Swift is better. Um, yeah, he's better. He's more dynamic. He's fat. Yeah, he's better, bro. He's better. He's younger. Not too much younger, but I don't think he has a lot of I think he's ready to run, man. I think in Detroit, he wasn't really like one. He knew the team was bad, or I just don't think he was giving it his all in Detroit. I don't blame him, honestly. I don't think he was giving it his all in Detroit. He was still really, really nice. Okay. I don't think he's giving it his all. Here in Philly, he's gonna die for this team. He's gonna die for this team. So you definitely might see this guy go crazy back there with he's back there with Jalen Hurts, so it's gonna open everything up for him. Yeah, this dude may have I'm calling it now. DeAndre Swift may very well have 2,000 rushing yards. Whoa, that's a crazy hot take. But imagine if he has 2,000 rushing yards. I seen CJ2K do it. I lived to see that. I seen that happen with my own eyes. This dude could very well have 2,000 rushing yards, man. But I mean, he's not a focal point on the team, so that's very unlikely. But if they just say, "Hey, we're a running team, and you can't stop the run," he can have 2,000 yards. That's how I feel about Swift. They're gonna try to flood the stadium this Super Bowl. They're gonna do whatever they can to try to stop us, bro. You know, best D-line in NFL for sure. Hey man, I'm gonna try to do these streams often, man. But I got some content coming for you guys. I'll get with you guys later. I love you guys. I'm out. Peace.